Night shift at a 24-hour store, one cart and a humming light. Something small was waiting in an aisle the camera couldn't see. The footage made my skin go cold. After that, the place felt mapped with blind spots like traps. If you work nights, check the floor. Don't turn your back. At 1:47 a.m., a man in a hoodie walked a little girl down the pet food aisle and left her sitting between the shelves. I was stocking cans that night. I worked overnight at a 24-hour supermarket near my apartment to make extra cash while in college. The night shift was quiet. One cart, one radio, one fluorescent light humming. I liked the slow hours. I remember the store feeling empty and the lights too bright. That night I was on the canned goods side, putting soup on the middle shelf. The store smelled like lemon cleaner and old coffee. I felt like someone else was watching the shelves that night too. I remember the sound of boxes when they fall. I remember that I forgot to take my trash out earlier that day, so my apartment smelled when I got home. Then I heard a small sound, like someone crying. It was a whimpering, soft and far, from the pet food aisle. I thought it was an animal at first. The store was mostly empty, just one checker and a stock guy in the back. I left my cart and walked over. She was tiny, maybe 5 or 6, pajamas, no shoes, feet dirty and bleeding from the tile. She sat on the floor between bags of dog food and looked like she had waited a long time. Her hair was messy and she said nothing at first. She just kept rubbing her knees. "Hey," I said, voice too loud. "Hey kid, where are your parents?" She looked up and said in a tiny voice, "He said to wait here." I called my supervisor. He came running with a flashlight and asked the girl the same question. She kept saying the same thing. "He said to wait here." Over and over. The supervisor checked the store. The checkout lanes had one lady in aisle 2. The deli was closed. The parking lot light showed 2 cars. No one was looking for a child. We grabbed the security monitor and watched the footage. The camera showed a man in a dark hoodie walking in at 1:47 a.m. He had the girl by the hand. They walked straight to that aisle. He sat her down in the gap between shelves and walked back out and left the store alone. He didn't push a cart. He didn't buy anything. The worst part was what the officer pointed out when he watched the video with us. The man had placed the child exactly in a spot where the camera had a blind angle. He knew the space where the camera could not see. He put her where the feed was weakest, then he left. He knew. I called the police right away. They came in under 10 minutes. The station is close. They walked the aisles and took pictures. They asked the girl her name. She said her name and then repeated, "He said to wait here." She kept looking down at her shoes like she could see tracks on the tile. The mother came about an hour later, wild-eyed and shouting her daughter's name into the parking lot. She ran inside and collapsed beside the little girl. They hugged and cried, and the mother kept asking over and over if the girl was hurt. The officer said the mother had reported her missing from their house 3 hours earlier. The door had been forced. Later, I heard the man had cut the back door lock. It got messy. Reporters came the next morning. I gave a statement. I watched the footage again and again at home. I could not sleep. The image of the little girl sitting calm in pajamas would not leave my head. I replayed the second when the man left, and the camera missed him. Now. People asked why he chose the supermarket. A detective said sometimes people go to public places to hide something in plain sight. I asked why that aisle. The detective's eyes were flat. Maybe he wanted a place to leave her where he could check back, he said. Maybe he wanted someplace people ignore. I thought about that aisle. It was narrow. The shelves made a little cave. Kids and dogs rarely walked there. The camera sat above a sign, and the angle never hit the floor. Someone could crouch and hide, and no one would see. I went back to work 2 nights later and could not stop looking. I had to restock that aisle. I wanted to avoid it, but I also wanted to see the floor. I stacked cans with hands that shook. My mind would rewind to 1:47 a.m. over and over. I noticed small things after that. A child's shoe left near the front door once. A blanket in a shopping cart. The intercom asking if a parent for a child had lost their way. People said it was nothing. People said kids wander. But it was not nothing to me. 2 weeks after the incident, the store posted a missing person flyer on the staff board. They thanked us for calling the police. They said the family was grateful. The manager offered to move my schedule. I quit 2 days later. I quit because I couldn't stop thinking about what could have happened. What if I had stalked a different aisle? What if the supervisor hadn't answered my call? Those thoughts stuck like a song that plays wrong in your head. The detective told us at the station that he could not find the man on any cameras outside for the next hour. He vanished like he planned it. They checked nearby businesses, traffic cams, and license plates. Nothing. The radio calls came in about other break-ins in the neighborhood. It felt like a map of small crimes stitched together. Now this is the twist. A coworker of mine said something in the break room, and I could not stop hearing it. He said the man might have been testing something. Maybe he wanted a place that feels safe, he said, and shrugged. People don't look in the pet aisle at night. People don't notice small things there. That line kept me awake. It felt like a challenge to the world. Find the blind spot before someone uses it. I don't know what the man's plan was. I do not know if he planned to come back. I do not know if he wanted to hide the child for hours or days. I only know I found a small person on the floor and a camera that did not see everything. I know that the world has pockets where the light doesn't reach. If you ever work nights, check paths and shadows, check the floor, check the blind spots. If something small is waiting alone, stay. Don't assume someone else will notice. I remember the little girl's voice saying the same line. He said to wait here. I remember the way she tucked her knees in. I remember the smell of lemon cleaner and old coffee. I remember the cart squeak. I quit because the image would not leave. I quit because the thought of someone watching for blind spots made the supermarket feel like a place that could hide decisions. Sometimes I dream I see someone in a hoodie in the dark, and I wake and check the locks on my door 3 times. The song plays wrong. The aisle stays empty in my head.